Hey guys, what's happening? I'm back with the second video for the night. I was really I was enjoying my top. Just now I finished with my top 10 list for this year's fragrances, and then I thought that would be it for the night. But then some sort of powers that got inside of me, I feel like Zeus, I feel like, so I thought like, why not do another fragrance review, right? So but the thing is, don't take it like it's it this is gonna be another like it's some one of those fragrance that doesn't mean anything. This actually is a very heavy hitter, one of my favorite fragrances, one of the sweet fragrances, one of the uncommon fragrances, all right. And I feel this could be in your shelf. This could be one of your signature scents if you're into sweet and young, that sort of a fragrance, all right. So basically, let's look into the fragrance. The fragrance, as you can see from the title, I have with me is Sike Reveal. One of the weird looking huge bottles, all right. As you can see, this is your fragrance, all right. And then this fragrance is for you if you are into these two fragrances. Of course, you know very well these two fragrances because they're from very popular fragrance house, all right. Invictus from Paco Rabanne, CH-Men, this is the Grand Tour version, but still smells pretty similar. Carolina Herrera, yes. So grayish looking juice, bad boy looking juice, sweet scents, right? Very popular in the community. But compared to this two, the other one didn't get as much love, didn't get as much selling point, didn't get as much mention. But then I feel sort of lucky in a way because I happen to own it and not many people are aware of this fragrance. Very lucky, very smart. Who's the man? Right. So a little bit story on this fragrance, all right. So this fragrance is from the house of Sike, as you know, Calvin Klein. This is one house. This, Dunhill, Davidoff, Lacoste, these houses, they are supposed to be your third tier or second tier fragrance, houses, fashion houses. So basically, in the designer, they are not really considered to be very posh or luxurious sort of a house, right? But then when you really pay attention, you'll see these houses often from time to time they release a lot of great fragrances. You just seem to overlook them because they're cheap in price, or maybe they're just CK. When you think of Calvin Klein, people will be like, one of your car fragrance, huh, bro? All right. So, no, make no mistake. Calvin Klein is a house that deserves equal respect to many of your big hitter houses, and I'll tell you why. So, the release year for this fragrance, CK Reveal, is on 2015. So relatively kind of like a new scent, but then didn't get the hype that it deserved. Never got much talk. Most of some reviewers looked into this, but they talked about it like nothing serious. Pass, right? But for me, this had to be in my collection. It was a must buy. I'll tell you why. All right. So this fragrance, just a little bit more facts. This fragrance comes in three different sizes, bottle sizes. The one I have with me, as you can see from the big box, with the mirror and all that thing and stuck to the box, I have the big boy, right? 100 ml. You also get 50 ml as well as 30 ml, right? So you pick your size, right? So uh, let's look into some of the other fragrances that this house released, and I feel they're really worth mentioning. Some of the hits, right? So I'm gonna read from my notes because I cannot remember so many fragrances. So here we go. Some of the other fragrances this house released, noteworthy, like noticeable. CK1, the legend. I used a 200 ml bottle of this for 1 decade. Lasted me, didn't go bad, didn't go sour. The legend. But the one that started it all for me in the CK journey with the CK fragrances is Obsession. I believe it's discontinued now because they have the flankers of Night and Dark Obsession and whatnot, but the original Obsession is the one you want. To me, I think the one I have right now with me, Reveal, and the Obsession, two of the very best from CK houses for men's release. All right. Apart from the one, used to have the black bottle CKB, Euphoria, very popular fragrance as well. That one is a bit sweet, and then sort of like clubbing scent. It has a lot of flankers of it, and most of the CK fragrances have a lot of flankers. All right. So another one, CK Shock. it's coming into the mention right now. Many people are mentioning how nice of a tobacco note it has and how much it lasts. So as you can see, I was right. Some very very good fragrances from this house. Also, they used to have Encounter Eternity, must salute Eternity. One fragrance from the 90s. If I haven't seen it in anyone's shelf, wardrobe, toilets, wherever, they everywhere there would be this bottle, Eternity, the original green one. Vetiver based scent, green scent, power pack scent, good for school and all. Everyone used to have it. I used to own it as well. Another hit, right? And father of all flankers. This one has most number of flankers in whole Sikh community. And as well as the summer line, as you know, every year they release one. I think so far it's been like 10 to 12 summer. As well as Escape, Truth, the Sikh 2, the very beautiful bottle they recently released, but the fragrance kind of sucks, honestly speaking, because it doesn't last at all. Very nice notes in that, rose, pebble and stuff. Very interesting. Bottle is very very gorgeous. I really wanted that bottle, but the performance sucks so bad. I'm like, no way, I'm gonna have that. That was maybe not one of the big hits, right? As well as this CK Man, the black bottle. Many of the you who are a bit elder, they would remember this. The last one is Crave, yeah. So basically, yeah, these are some of the noteworthy fragrances releases from CK. So CK caters for American, youth mostly, as I feel. Their underwears and then their designer. They don't have that many. They have wide range of products, but their thing is mostly like underwear, and then this fragrances. So as you can see, if the ones I mentioned just now are just a few. If you list down CK's fragrance list, like how many they released so far, I think you need a whole book or something. So they have so many CK fragrances. So many people have, while they're growing up in the school, like when they were in school and 90s, they will remember, they have good memories of CK House, right? So I'm talking a little bit detail of CK House because of one reason. I'm gonna come and talk about this fragrance. But I'll tell you why I'm talking about CK House. The CK's fashion house, they release so many watches, this and that, and people used to have fond memories, but most of the memories related with things that don't last. CK1, for example, the one you get, the very beautiful, light, unisex, sort of a lemon based summer cologne sort of a scent. Everybody used to wear it in the school. You did, I did, everyone did, right? But then when you think of CK, you'll be like, CK, don't last, bro. It's one of your car fragrances. It's the one you keep in the car, right? In the rack, in the glove compartment, right? Or in the gym, just casually, right? That game has changed, my friends. CK has like become smarter. There are people right now who are working in the management. They, I think, they have serious good brains and they can see the trend. So they have come up with a fragrance that is power packed, performer, projection, likable, sweet, goes with the current trend, very modern, as well as very unisex. Their concept really stays. But the thing is, this fragrance, a bit confusing in the what do you call concept, right? They say it's for him. At the same time, they say it's unisex. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's for him and it's unisex. So am I he? Oh, the confusion starts right there. But forget about those apart from the scrap things, like the ideas, the confusing ideas. This is a solid fragrance, guys. As I just showed you just now, if you happen to love Invictus, you think this is a good fragrance for you, youthful vibe, and solely you're a fan of this and CH Men, this kind of fragrances, keep watching. I'll tell you why this is worth your money and your time. So Secret Reveal, this fragrance that I showed you, let me show you the presentation. The box is huge box. It looks like a storehouse, warehouse or so. You can put your IKEA furniture in this, that big, right? It says Reveal. By the way, don't try to put furniture in this, it's not gonna fit. And then it's like a 3.4 EDT concentration. There's a mirror. The mirrors are revealing, so they had to put a mirror right there. So let me see. Oh, good to go. Right. On the top, a little bit dusty. Sorry about that. I haven't used it for some time right now. On the top, you don't get that much. The bottom, you get your sticker and your cereal batch. And at the back, you get the ingredients and whatnot. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a product of USA, American brand, as I mentioned. Just like one of those old days, if you remember, this brand, Tommy by Tommy. Yeah, household name, CK, Calvin Klein, and Tommy, right? So basically, there goes your box. All right, I'm not very interested in the box because I'm gonna keep it back in the shelf, just throwing it for the time being. So the bottle, little bit story of this bottle. I went to the mall one day, my favorite fragrance shop. It's called the Perfume Shop. It's located in the mall, one of the malls in KL. And the ladies over there, they are my absolute favorite ladies. I bought like more than 50 fragrances, 60 fragrances from them. So they always give me discounts and stuff, right? So basically, one day I didn't know what else I want to buy. So this is one of the fragrances on the time. So I was just browsing, like, oh, okay. Let me try that bit of cool water. Okay, let me try this aqua from Bulgaria, and then let me try this. She's like, CK, try this one. This one's very popular. She showed me this. I was not interested. I'm sorry. As many of you other people, I used to think CK house sucks. Honestly speaking, for your longevity and projection, performance wise, it sucks. Smells very nice, but doesn't last. She let me smell this. She sprayed on my skin. I sprayed forward. I was like, that's not bad. But at the same time, smiling at the same time in kind of like a sarcasm way because I know this is not gonna last. From my memory that serves well, this one's not gonna last. I walked around the mall. I went home. After about 4 to 5 hours, I brought my arm, and it got sweeter over time. I was like shocked. I'm like, what else did I try? Because I tried few fragrances, but this was the only one I tried on my skin. The rest I tried on paper. The next day, I woke up. There was this note in this fragrance that got me intrigued. And next day, I knew I had to have this. Not planned, nothing. Based on the dry down and transformation on the skin. Because I'm into this kind of fragrances that are sweet at the same time. I love sweet fragrances. I'm a fan of U-Bomb, proudly. The bro who loves U-Bomb. So you know, guy, if someone likes sweet fragrances, it has to be me or many of you. All right. So basically, yeah, the sweetness and this weird, like, sort of a note that got me intrigued, like Invictus does. This has something in it, something mysterious that ladies love, and they think like, oh my god, like Meg Rand. She gave the expression rather, when Harry met Sally in the restaurant. She gave like, oh yeah, this contains that secret note. I don't know what the secret note is. Secret Reveal has that. The very next day, apart from all the jokes, I went and I got this. I saw the review of Chad. He did, I think, he was the one who actually did a serious review on this. As far as I know, other people did it, but I think Chad, the guy, the bro, he's one of my favorite reviewers, by the way. Trust me. He liked this, but many of the other people, they thought this is too childish and juvenile. I loved it. I purchased it. Since the first day I used it so much, look at the juice. It's like here, all right? So let me show you the bottle first, and I'll tell you about the smell, how it smells, and who is it for. So bottle, basically a very big bottle, fingerprint magnet on the top. It's like a plastic, but it looks like sort of like a metal, but it's plastic. The edges are like curved, like this. At every edge is curved. It looks like an alien kind of dropped this thing on the planet, and we just kind of put perfume in it. Makes sense, right? And then it says Reveal, Calvin Klein here. And the top, you have to like, you have to take your tissue or whatever tissue carrier around, you have to keep cleaning it. I got tired of it, so I gave up. The juice, kind of like same juice, looks like Invictus juice, bit amberish grayish sort of a juice, a little bit bad boy and young, that sort of a Casanova kind of a color. The bottom, you're gonna get your sticker and stuff, and at the back, nothing much. So basically, it looks huge. It looks way more than 100 ml. And then I like the design and the heaviness of the bottle. It's very heavy at the bottom. All right. So this and the Bulgaria's Aqua line, those bottles, they kind of go like the similar sort of like very futuristic sci-fi movie sort of bottle. All right. So enough about whoring around with the bottles. All right. So you guys know I love bottles, bro. Let me tell you about the notes, right? Let me tell you about the notes that's enlisted in Fragrantica. I got the prominent notes that, my nose caught. So basically, what are the notes? On the top, you're gonna get pear, brandy, winter melon. Then on the second, you got suede leather, clary sage, salt, and agave. I'll tell you what agave is, all right? Those for those who don't know. And then in the end, you're gonna get tonka bean, vetiver, and amber right on. Right. Thank you notes. Right. From the opening, what you're gonna get? Opening is gonna give you such a boozy, sort of like a very sharp sweetness, very sharp like an arrow. If you can imagine an arrow, Robin Hood is like, whew, I'm aiming for a tree or something, and he's hitting that target. That sort of sharpness, very sharp. Is sharper than Invictus, but not cloying. I mean, not to me at least. So if you're a fan of, again, if you're a fan of sweet fragrances, look into this, right? So you're gonna love this sweetness, I'm telling you, because it mixes with that winter melon note, as well as the pear, which is also visible in Ultramol, if I'm not, if my memory serves me right. So Ultramol has a pear note along with the pineapple. This one doesn't have the pineapple, but the pear and the winter melon, very fruity. So most of the time, when fragrances, the companies they put, it's gonna be a this fruit, that fruit, strawberry, this. Most of the time they're bullshitting. Do you know why? Because they want to create that image of the top note that you're gonna get, but actually never get. This one you get that fruitiness. That you're not gonna get the bubble gum, but you're gonna get that fruit sweetness, right? Along with that boozy note of brandy, very particular brandy. So if you're in fan of boozy, sweet, fruity scents, you're gonna love this opening. But the thing is, that's not all it has to offer. This is a winter scent. This one also worked for me fine in the days of summer in Malaysia. I put this on, I got very good performance out of this. Crazy, crazy performance. But as it dries down, what you're gonna get? You're gonna get the suede leather, tiny bit, clary sage, alright, little bit, feels like a little bit spicy. At the same time, salt. So if you remember Invictus once again, it has a little bit of the feel of aquatic, a little bit of summer, so it's more versatile. It's for winter and summer alike, right? They did the same trick with this. So the kind of thinking they did, very smart, right? So it's basically winter at the same time can be used for summer because of the aquatic feel. And then the very important and very interesting note of agave. I don't think any other fragrances use that note much. It's like African horn melon. Looks like a thorn, kind of like the edges of this bottle. It's a very watery. I never tried it, by the way. I've seen the pictures and my videos only. So if I kind of tasted it, I think it would be a bit something like this. All right. So that looks juicy. Outside is thorn and stuff, like edges. Inside very juicy. When you cut it off into half, you're gonna get that winter melon, and then second you're gonna get agave, the African horn melon. So very interesting and unique note. If you like something different, if you like something unique in your collection, look into this, right? And the dry down, it goes typical. The sweetness carries on with the tonka bean, vetiver. I mean, the note of vetiver basically I'm not very big fan of, but whatever vetiver they put in this works for me. I mean, the dry down, I really love it. So it carries on with that vetiver as well as amber, which is a fantasy note. So who is it for? This fragrance is solely for people who are happy, who are positive in life, who haven't grown old in their heart yet. Like for me, as you can see, I'm getting a little bit old. I got some age on me, but every time I deny to say I am getting old. I'm getting younger, baby. Get serious. All right. So basically, yeah, those people who are young, school days, they're looking for a signature scent, power pack fragrance within your budget for younger people until 25. School kids all the way to 25. But if you have a sweet tooth like me and you are a collector and you are into different fragrances, you don't stick to just one. Oh, okay. What else can I show? Okay. This is your Amen, is your signature scent, and you don't like anything different than what it smells like, coffee, patchouli, darker scents, this is not for you. But if you're into 20 different kind of fragrances, yeah, you are ready to explore, you're ready to have fun and ready to have, like take it easy in the life. Security review. Longevity and projection. For the performance, I got every single time 6 to 7 hours easily from any kind of weather conditions. For the winter, I'm just gonna take it out. One day I put it on, I got about 6 hours because I went for a walk, so I sweated. It was a bit, I'm getting a bit warm, dust and all. Even in Bangladesh condition, I got 6 hours out of this. Oh, by the way, one other thing, this cap is supposed to be magnetic cap, which is supposed to be very interesting feature in this, but it's not really magnetic. It's kind of partially, as I told you before. You have to click it in, and then I wouldn't dare to pick it up from the top. It can, but the bottle is so heavy, it might fall and break. You don't want to break your bottle. How many sprays and where? All right, let's show you the spray actually. Why not? Okay, it's flying from this side to that side as if it has some problem with me. I guess it's the air conditioning, but I got this on my skin. I would suggest you go, if you are a fan of really sweet fragrances, go a little bit more. Go 4 sprays. 1, 2 on the chest, 1 on your arm, and you tap 4 to 5 sprays with this. If you really like to enjoy the scent of the pear, the booziness, the brandy, and all sort of suede leather and stuff, you want to enjoy that really, really intensely, go with that kind of sprays. You're going to get that beautiful sharp sweetness, and it's going to dry down to that beautiful, that I told you, that one note, mysterious note, the agave. That note comes to dry down after a while, and you're going to see why is it unique. It's going to give you compliments. Ladies love this stuff. If you're going for clubbing, if you're going for a night out, hanging with friends, you're going to catch a movie, perfect scent. Maybe not that mature, maybe not for if you're appearing in court for whatever reason, you're a criminal, whatnot. This is not your scent. This is not a very serious scent. Youthful, if you're a fan of Sauvage, but you like a little bit more denser fragrance for the cooler weather, this is actually basically best for cooler winter days. All right, so if you haven't got this in your collection, you can look into this, because not many people bought this stuff or many people use this. If you want to smell unique in the crowd of Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, Ultramall, Eros, this one will stand out, and this one has changed the game for CK. I'm not quite sure the selling point at this point of time, but I'm pretty sure this is one of their most solid fragrances after Obsession. I love Obsession. I love which is the other one? CK Shock. Yeah, this is a serious fragrance. So this one earned my respect of Calvin Klein house after I purchased it, and I treasured this fragrance. This one will cost you about, I think the CK counter prices, I think around pretty much 60 to 70 USD. All right, but if you can get it discounted, I'm pretty sure at this point at different countries. So yeah, for my mark, for my longevity projection, all right, longevity, I'm gonna give this 9. Projection, very good, 10 out of 10. Compliments, if you're in the crowd that you went out with this youthful vibe, they came and dressed out, and girls are a little bit playful, and guys are open-minded, not assholes. Something wrong with me. Okay, if people are youthful and nice, this is gonna get you compliments, definitely. It's not cloying, it doesn't have those anything unpleasant notes in this. Very beautiful scent. Compliments, 10 out of 10. Is it must buy? That's one thing I always think of for you guys, right? It's a must buy for you if you're looking for something unique, if you're looking for a performer, if you're looking for something good fragrance to gain your confidence back in the house of CK. Yeah, it's a must buy to see that how a fragrance can change your game like this. So CK reveal, there you go. Bad boy scent. Unisex girls can pull it alike. You guys can use it, but for girls, you have your female version. You can use this as well. I mean, like, you can use your own fragrance. Let us wear this, please. All right. So basically, that's all about fragrance of CK. My overall mark in this, I'm gonna give this a 9. Why 1 point away? Because not very versatile. I cannot pull this off in the formal settings, but for my rest of the occasion, rest of the year, very solid fragrance. So that's all for this particular fragrance. I really love it, and I think if you guys are tired of the very popular fragrances and you want something different one last time, you can try Secret Review. Thank you very much guys for watching, and you know, tolerating me once more. I really love and get motivated when I see your comments. Really gets me going. Some of these very beautiful comments, I save them in my archives, right? Thank you very much, guys. You guys have a very good night. See you soon. Bye bye.